Signs you're getting older, but no one will tell you. I used to think aging was just about getting wrinkles and moving a bit slower. Then I realized the real signs of getting older are far more subtle, and no one warns you about them. Here's the brutal truth. Aging sneaks up on you. You don't wake up one day and suddenly feel old. It happens slowly, quietly, until one day you catch yourself noticing things you never did before. You look in the mirror and see more lines around your eyes. You reach for your glasses more often than you'd like to admit. You forget why you walked into a room, then laugh it off. But deep down, it worries you. Songs you loved are now called classics, and technology seems to move faster than you can keep up. Conversations become more about memories than plans, and the list of friends who are still around gets shorter. No one tells you that you'll feel invisible, like the world moves on and you're somehow left behind. No one tells you how hard it hits when people stop listening to your advice because they think you're out of touch. No one tells you that the most painful part of aging isn't losing your youth. It's feeling unneeded. Because you've spent your whole life working, providing, and taking care of others. You poured yourself into your family, your career, your responsibilities, always thinking, one day I'll rest. One day I'll enjoy life. But then one day arrives, and you realize you've put off too much. What aging should really be about? Aging should be about wisdom, the power to guide and inspire those around you. Aging should be about freedom, the chance to do what you love whenever you want. Aging should be about legacy, knowing your life made a difference, even in small ways. Because at the end of it all, you won't wish you worked harder or earned more. You'll wish you spent more time with the people you love, took more risks, and chased the things that made you feel alive. The brutal truth? If you don't live intentionally now, life will pass you by. Regret is far heavier than age. So don't wait for a perfect moment. Appreciate the simple things. Coffee on the porch, laughter with loved ones, moments of peace. Because aging isn't a curse, it's a gift. A reminder that every day counts, and the best moments are often the simplest. Now, let's talk about the 10 signs you're getting older, but no one will tell you. Number 1, you feel invisible. One of the harshest realities of aging is the creeping sense of invisibility. It doesn't happen overnight. It starts subtly, small moments you brush off at first. You're in a group conversation, and suddenly, people talk over you. Or worse, they don't acknowledge your input at all. Your opinions, once respected and even sought after, seem to carry less weight. You might mention a brilliant idea, only to have it ignored until someone younger echoes it moments later, suddenly receiving all the credit. It's as if your age makes you fade into the background. The world gets busier, faster, and louder, and somewhere along the way, it feels like you've become background noise. Strangers call you sir or ma'am in a tone that feels more dismissive than polite. You're no longer the first person people call for advice or help. Even loved ones can unknowingly brush you off, assuming you wouldn't understand or are stuck in your ways. This invisibility doesn't just impact your social life, it seeps into your identity. You start questioning your relevance. Are your ideas outdated? Are your experiences no longer valuable? The self-doubt can creep in, even if you've spent a lifetime achieving, building, and raising others. But here's the thing. Just because society overlooks you doesn't mean you're any less valuable. It's not about how others see you. It's about how you see yourself. You've gained wisdom through years of experiences, mistakes, triumphs, and challenges. You've faced battles that younger generations haven't even imagined. This invisibility can be painful, but it's also a chance to reshape your focus. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone anymore. You can choose to pour your time and energy into the things that truly matter, your passions, your relationships, and your personal growth. It's a moment to rediscover yourself beyond the roles you've played for so long. Being seen and heard is a basic human need. But aging teaches you the power of valuing yourself, even when others don't. The world may not always notice you, but that doesn't mean you aren't making an impact. So if you're feeling invisible, know this: your value isn't tied to who notices you. It's in the lives you've touched, the wisdom you've shared, and the legacy you're building. Age might change how others see you, but it can never diminish who you truly are. If this resonates with you, drop a comment below. Let's talk about the untold truths of aging. Number 2, memories mean more than plans. You start talking more about the past than the future. Conversations drift toward old stories, cherished moments, and the good old days. There's a comfort in the nostalgia, a warmth that feels safe. Memories become treasures you hold on to, replaying them like your favorite song. You find yourself reminiscing about childhood adventures, unforgettable friendships, and the excitement of falling in love for the first time. You laugh about the mishaps and smile fondly at the moments that shaped you. Even the painful memories become a reminder of your strength and resilience, the storms you've weathered and the battles you've won. But here's the thing: as memories start to mean more, plans for the future can start to fade. The dreams you once had, the places you longed to visit, the goals you were so determined to achieve, they quietly slip away. Conversations rarely revolve around new adventures or bold plans. It becomes easier to say, maybe someday, until someday never comes. You find comfort in the familiar and hesitate to try new things. The idea of a new experience feels daunting instead of exciting. "I'm too old for that" becomes a common refrain. You cling to routines, comfort zones, and the safety of what you know. The days blend together, and before you realize it, years have passed, and those someday plans remain unfulfilled. But here's the hard truth: if you let memories overshadow your plans, you miss out on the life still waiting to be lived. It's easy to look back and believe your best days are behind you. It's easy to think your stories have already been written. But the future is still yours to create, no matter your age. Those memories you cherish were once moments you dared to experience. The adventures, the risks, the unexpected twists. You made those memories by saying yes instead of someday. So why stop now? The past is a beautiful part of who you are, but it doesn't mean the story's over. Every new day is a chance to create more memories, take on fresh challenges, and chase dreams you never thought possible. You're never too old to make plans, try something new, and add chapters to your life story. It's okay to reminisce. Those moments shaped you, but don't let them keep you stuck. Imagine looking back one day and realizing that you kept dreaming, planning, and living fully. You can still make memories that matter, moments that bring you joy, fill your heart, and make you feel alive. The best stories aren't just in the past. They're in the adventures still waiting for you. So let your memories inspire you, not hold you back. Life's too short to spend it looking in the rearview mirror. The road ahead is still open. Take it. If this hits home, let's talk about it in the comments. What's one thing you still dream of doing? 3. Your body talks back. It starts off small, just a little ache or stiffness you can brush off. Maybe your knees feel sore when you climb stairs, or your back complains when you bend over. You tell yourself it's just a rough day, or maybe you slept wrong. But then it keeps happening. Those small aches and pains stick around. Getting out of bed feels a bit tougher. You move slower. You can't do things as easily as you used to. Lifting heavy boxes, reaching for something on a high shelf, or even bending down to pick something up can feel like a chore. You start to notice that everyday tasks leave you a little more tired than before. You find yourself grunting when you stand up or sighing when you sit down. You wonder when all this became normal. Your body feels different, heavier, slower, less willing to cooperate, and it's frustrating. In your mind, you still feel young. You still want to be active and do all the things you love. But your body doesn't always agree. It's not just the physical changes. There's an emotional side too. You can feel down when your body can't keep up, or when something you once did without thinking now seems hard. It's a tough adjustment, and no one really prepares you for it. You have to figure it out on your own. But with time, you learn to work around it. You become more careful. You listen to your body and know when to take it easy. You walk instead of run. You stretch before getting active. You try different ways to stay strong, gentle exercises, yoga, or long walks. You start to appreciate the good days and make the most of them. You also realize that strength isn't just about lifting heavy things or running fast. It's about showing up every day, even when it's hard. It's about making the most of what you can do. And as much as the aches and pains can be frustrating, they're also a reminder of everything you've done and all the memories you've made. Yes, your body talks back, but it also tells a story, one full of moments, adventures, and hard work. Those aches mean you've lived a life full of effort, care, and love. So when your body talks back, listen. Treat it kindly. Adjust your pace. Find new ways to stay active. And don't let the discomforts keep you from enjoying life. There's still so much to do, love, and experience, just in a different way. If this sounds familiar, share your story in the comments. What's something you do now to stay active and happy? 4. You're more selective with time. As you get older, something changes. You realize just how precious time is, how quickly it slips away, and how little of it you truly have. Suddenly, things that once seemed important don't matter anymore. You stop worrying about what others think, and you stop trying to please everyone. The opinions of strangers no longer hold weight, and you're not afraid to say no when something doesn't feel right. You start guarding your time like a treasure. You don't chase after things that don't bring you joy or fulfillment. Drama, gossip, and petty arguments feel like a waste of energy. You'd rather spend your time on things that lift you up, moments with loved ones, hobbies that bring you peace, and activities that make you feel alive. You realize that not every argument needs to be won, and not every battle is worth fighting. Small talk doesn't interest you anymore. You'd rather have deep, meaningful conversations. You want to talk about dreams, memories, and lessons learned, not the latest gossip or who said what. You want to connect with people who understand you, who see you for who you truly are, and who make you feel valued. And then there are the people who drain you, those who only call when they need something, who complain without listening, or who bring negativity into your life. You recognize them quicker now, and you set boundaries. You're not afraid to distance yourself from toxic relationships, because you understand that your time and energy are too valuable to waste. It's not just about people, though. You stop spending time on things that don't serve you. You let go of grudges because holding on to anger only steals your peace. You don't stress over things you can't control, and you stop worrying about problems that haven't even happened. You live more in the present because you've seen how quickly the future becomes the past. Your priorities shift too. You focus on things that truly matter: family, health, happiness, and making memories. You savor the quiet moments: a peaceful morning coffee, a walk in the park, a shared laugh, or the comfort of a warm hug. The simple things become the big things. The truth is, aging teaches you that your time is limited and every moment counts. You learn to be picky with how you spend it, and that's okay. You've earned the right to say no to what doesn't serve you and yes to what makes your heart full. If you've become more selective with your time, what's one thing you stopped doing and one thing you now make time for? Share in the comments. 5. Sleep changes a lot. As you get older, sleep isn't what it used to be. The days of sleeping through the night without a care are long gone. You find yourself waking up earlier, even when you don't have to. The sun peeks through the window, and like clockwork, your eyes open, no alarm needed. It's almost as if your body has decided that sleeping in is a thing of the past. But it's not just waking up early. Sleep itself feels different. It's lighter, more restless. You toss and turn, finding it harder to stay asleep for long stretches. The slightest noise can pull you from your dreams, and falling back asleep isn't as easy as it used to be. Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and just lie there, your mind wandering through memories, worries, and thoughts about the future. Naps become a welcome relief. Once something kids were forced to do, now they're a gift. A quiet moment in the afternoon, a chance to close your eyes and drift off. even if it's just for a little while. The tiredness hits out of nowhere, and suddenly, a short rest feels necessary, more than just a luxury. You start to understand why older folks talk so much about rest. You realize it's not about laziness or slowing down. It's about taking care of yourself. Your body needs time to recharge, and you don't bounce back as quickly from long days or late nights. Rest becomes a priority, something to be respected. But it's not all bad. Waking up early means you get to enjoy the quiet of the morning, the peacefulness before the world wakes up. You notice the beauty of a sunrise, the calmness of the early hours. You savor your coffee, reflect on the day ahead, and appreciate the stillness. It's a new kind of routine, one you might not have expected, but slowly learn to appreciate. Rest becomes less about sleeping through the night and more about giving your body and mind the care they deserve. Has your sleep changed as you've gotten older? What's your secret for a good night's rest? Share your tips in the comments. 6th, technology feels intimidating. When you were younger, technology felt exciting. New gadgets were thrilling, and figuring out how things worked was half the fun. But somewhere along the way, it all changed. Suddenly, everything became more complicated, smarter, faster, and somehow more confusing. You scroll through your phone, and every app has a new update. Buttons aren't where they used to be, and features you relied on have disappeared. It feels like the tech world is speaking a different language, one you're not fluent in. You hear about the latest apps, social media trends, and gadgets, but it all seems overwhelming. The idea of setting up a new phone or learning a new device can make you feel hesitant, even anxious. It's not just the technology itself, it's the speed of change. As soon as you get used to one thing, a newer, better version comes out. Everyone around you seems to adapt instantly, while you feel stuck trying to figure out the basics. You find yourself relying on younger family members to help set up devices or explain features. And though they're usually happy to help, it can feel frustrating. You don't want to keep asking for help. You want to understand it on your own. You watch others effortlessly navigate apps, video calls, and online shopping, while you worry about clicking the wrong thing or accidentally breaking something. It feels like the world is moving faster than you can keep up. But deep down, you want to stay connected, to talk to loved ones far away, see your grandkids' photos, and share in their lives. It's easy to feel left behind. But remember, you're not alone. Many feel the same way. The truth is, technology changes faster than anyone can truly master. And the fact that you're trying is what matters. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to take your time. With patience and practice, you can find your way around, even if it feels intimidating at first. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by technology? What's one thing you'd like to learn more about? Share in the comments. 7. Grief becomes familiar. When you're young, loss feels distant, something that happens to other people. But as the years pass, grief becomes a more familiar companion. You start to notice how often you're attending funerals instead of celebrations, saying goodbye instead of catching up. The faces around you change. Friends, siblings, partners. Some of them no longer there to share a laugh or a memory. The phone calls that once brought good news start to carry heavier words. You hear about old friends passing away, family members falling ill, and favorite neighbors who aren't around anymore. The stories you used to share together become memories you now tell alone. Conversations drift to the past, and you find yourself saying, "Remember when?" more often. At family gatherings, the empty seats are impossible to ignore. Holidays and special occasions feel different, like something's missing. You can feel the absence even in a room full of people. The laughter is still there, but it echoes differently. There are fewer voices to share in the joy. Grief isn't just about mourning those you've lost. It's about adjusting to a life without them. You start to carry the weight of their absence, realizing how much they meant to you. It becomes a part of your life, shaping who you are and how you see the world. You learn to appreciate moments more deeply because you understand how quickly things can change. And yet, despite the pain, you keep moving forward. You remember them in stories, in traditions, and in the little things. You hold on to the memories, finding comfort in what you shared. The loss never fully goes away, but somehow you learn to live with it. It's a reminder of how deeply you loved and were loved in return. Have you lost someone who meant the world to you? How do you keep their memory alive? Share your thoughts in the comments. 8. You crave simplicity. As you get older, life becomes less about chasing and more about appreciating. The thrill of fancy things, busy schedules, and endless goals fades away. You start craving the simple things, the moments that fill your heart without needing a price tag. It's the quiet of early mornings when the world is still waking up, and you can sit with a hot cup of coffee and watch the sunrise. It's the joy of spending time with loved ones, sharing laughs and stories without needing an occasion. Conversations become more meaningful. You prefer deep talks over small talk. The company of a true friend or family member feels more valuable than a room full of people. You notice the little things you once took for granted, like the sound of birds singing, the smell of fresh air, or the warmth of the sun on your face. The beauty of nature speaks to you more deeply, and a walk in the park or sitting under a tree feels like a perfect escape. You find peace in the simple act of watching clouds drift by or waves crashing against the shore. Material things no longer hold the same appeal. A bigger house, a flashier car, or the latest gadgets don't bring the joy they once did. You realize that memories and experiences mean more than possessions. The clutter of things becomes a distraction, and you feel a need to let go, keeping only what truly matters. Simplicity isn't just about owning less. It's about focusing on what matters most. You start saying no to things that don't bring you joy or fulfillment. You stop worrying about what others think and start living life on your terms. There's a quiet contentment in appreciating life's little blessings. As time passes, you realize that happiness isn't complicated. It's in the gentle moments, the heartfelt conversations, and the love you share. The things you once chased seem unimportant now. What matters is finding joy in the here and now, letting life be simple and beautiful. What simple joys make you feel truly content? 9. You care less about what others think. As you grow older, something incredible happens. You stop worrying so much about what others think of you. The need to impress, please, or gain approval slowly fades away. You realize that life is too short to live for anyone else's expectations. You remember the days when you were always concerned about how others saw you, wondering if you were liked, if you fit in, or if people judged your choices. You might have bent over backward to make others happy, even if it meant putting your own needs last. But with time, you see how exhausting and unfulfilling that can be. Now, you focus on what truly matters, being yourself. You speak your mind, even if it's unpopular. You make choices based on what feels right for you, not what others might approve of. The opinions of strangers, distant relatives, or judgmental people no longer carry the same weight. You've learned that you can't please everyone, and that's perfectly okay. You realize that true friends and loved ones accept you for who you are. They see your flaws, quirks, and mistakes, yet they stay by your side. Their opinions mean more because they truly know you. As for others, you've learned that their judgment often says more about them than it does about you. You stop worrying about appearances and focus on substance. You no longer need validation from the outside world because you've found confidence within yourself. You choose comfort over fashion, genuine conversations over small talk, and real connections over superficial ones. This mindset shift brings a sense of freedom from the fear of judgment and the need to prove yourself. You can finally live authentically, doing what makes you happy instead of chasing approval. The opinions of others may come and go, but your peace of mind stays. It's a powerful feeling to care less about what others think and care more about what brings you joy, fulfillment, and contentment. Life becomes simpler, and your focus turns to what truly matters: your happiness, values, and the people who genuinely care for you. Have you experienced this shift? How has it changed your life? Let's talk in the comments. 10. You realize time is priceless. There comes a moment when you truly understand just how precious time is. It doesn't happen overnight, It creeps in slowly. You look back and realize how quickly the years have flown by. The things you once thought were so far away, retirement, grandchildren, old age, are suddenly right in front of you. You start to notice how fast moments slip away. The days that used to feel endless now pass in the blink of an eye. You remember when your children were young, running around the house, their laughter echoing through the rooms. Now they're grown, busy with their own lives. The quietness feels different. It's comforting yet bittersweet. Regrets become real. You think about the opportunities missed, the adventures put off for someday, and the words left unspoken. You understand how easy it is to get caught up in daily routines, only to realize you never made time for what truly matters. You feel the weight of time, and it pushes you to live differently. Now you value moments over material things. The importance of memories becomes clear. You stop waiting for the perfect time and start making the most of every day. You choose experiences over possessions, traveling, spending time with loved ones, making memories. You start saying yes to things that bring joy and no to things that don't. You make peace with the past, understanding that what's done is done. You cherish the present because you know it's all you truly have. You no longer put off happiness, and you don't let small things steal your joy. You appreciate the beauty in everyday moments, a sunrise, a walk in the park, a conversation with a friend. This urgency to live fully becomes real. You feel it in your bones, the need to love deeply, forgive quickly, and say what needs to be said. You realize that time waits for no one, and you refuse to waste it. Life becomes about what you choose to do with the time you have left. The truth about getting older. No one announces it. No one tells you, hey, today is the day you officially enter your golden years. But one day, you just notice it. You hear it in the way you talk. You feel it in the way your body moves. And most importantly, you realize that life is too short to waste another second worrying about things that don't matter. Getting older isn't a bad thing. It's a privilege. Now, tell me this. Which sign hit you the hardest? Comment below. I read every single one. And before you go, like this if any of these made you laugh or nod your head. Share this with someone who's feeling their age today. Subscribe for more wisdom, laughter, and truth about life. Because getting older is only scary if you stop enjoying the ride. Thank you for watching.